Hi everyone, my name is Satisha Kumar K, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Vivekananda Engineering College, Puttur. Today I am going to explain you about Module 2 under Automobile Engineering subject. The Module 2 is Transmission System and Brake System. The transmission system consists of clutch, gearbox, propeller shaft and differential gears. The brake system consists of different types of brakes what we are using in automobile. Today I am explain only about clutches and gearbox that coming under transmission system. To definition of transmission system. The mechanism that transmit the power developed by the engine of an automobile to the engine to the driving wheels is called the transmission system or also called as powertrain. A transmission system uses the clutch, gearbox, propeller shaft and differential gear to transmit power from engine to the road wheels. The power may be transmitted to rear or front wheels or all the four wheels depending on the types of drive used in an automobile. The clutch and gearbox varies ratio of torque output to the torque input. The propeller shaft transmits final torque to the rear axle from the gearbox and a differential gear equally distribute the final torque between the road wheels or driving wheels. Normally that transmission system consists of clutch, the gearbox, propeller shaft, universal joint, rear axle, wheel and tires. During the operation, a transmission system has to perform following functions. The functions are: it disconnects the engine from driving wheels when required. Second one, engine is connected to driving wheels without jerk. Smoothly it could be engaged. It changes the ratio of torque output to torque input as desired. It turns the drive through a right angle. This is the main function of the transmission system. A clutch is a mechanism designed to connect or disconnect the transmission of power from the engine to the rest of the transmission. Here rest of transmission means gearbox, propeller shaft and differential gear. Clutch is always located between engine and gearbox. When the clutch is engaged, the power flows from engine to the rear wheels through the transmission system and the vehicle moves. When clutch is disengaged, the power is not transmitted to the rear wheels and the vehicle stops while engine is still running. Clutch is disengaged when starting the engine, shifting the gears and idling the engine. In these three times, clutch is always disengaged in the condition. Clutch is engaged only when vehicle moving in condition. Main requirement of clutch is gradual engagement, torque transmission, heat dissipation, vibration damping, size, ease of operation. Gradual engagement is nothing but without any jerking you have to engage the clutch. Torque transmission means it always transmits the maximum torque to the main system without any problem in all conditions. Heat dissipation means due to the large heat generation during the clutch application, the rubbing surface of the clutch must have adequate area for proper heat dissipation. Vibration damping. The clutch should be provided with a suitable mechanism to eliminate the noise produced in the transmission. A size. A clutch size used in automotive. The size must be smaller as possible. Ease of operation. A clutch transmits higher torque. The clutch disengagement must not cause strain to driver. When driver engaging and disengage the clutch, it should be smoother in operation. Driver doesn't feel any stresses on his faces and its strength. That is the main requirement of clutch. Clutch is normally classified into two types: the friction clutch and fluid flywheel. Friction clutch is again made into two types: dry and wet type. In this type, transmission of power is caused due to friction between two rotating members. However, in the wet type, coefficient of friction is less. A fluid flywheel causes energy transfer between two members due to movement of fluids. This is the fluid flywheel. If the two members are contact with each other, then they are called the friction clutch. Principle of friction clutch. The clutch operation is based on frictional contact between two members. The two members are driving and driven member. Here driving is crankshaft. Driven means gearbox input shaft. The clutch is a friction type coupling which transmits power. This is done by bringing both driven and driving members of the clutch into gradual contact. Slippage occurs during clutch engagement, which continues until the RPM of both the members is same. This slippage produces heat that must be absorbed by the clutch material and then dissipated to atmosphere. When the clutch is fully engaged, the pressure of the spring prevents the slipping between driving and driven members. To understand the actual operation, let us see the drawing. Consider shaft A consists of disc B and shaft C, to which disc D is keyed. Assume if the disc B is rotating at n rpm and D is in stationary. When clutch is not engaged, the application of axial force causes disc D to move towards B and makes contact with it. The friction force between B and D causes power transmission between them, and D starts revolving. The speed of D depends on friction force, which in turn depends on force W applied. The clutch is said to be fully engaged when the speed of B and D becomes equal. The amount of torque transmitted you can find out with the help of formula T equal to mu into capital letter W into capital letter R. Here T equal to torque transmitted, mu equal to coefficient of friction, W equal to axial force, capital letter R equal to effective mean radius of friction surface. By increasing any of these values, this value means coefficient of friction, axial force, effective mean radius of friction surface, the amount of torque transmitted can be increased. Normally the friction materials are made up of asbestos, cork, cotton fabric and leathers. Coming to classification of clutches. Clutches are mainly classified into friction clutch and fluid flywheel. Friction clutches is again made into dry and wet type. Dry type frictional clutches once again classified into dog clutch, cone clutch, single plate clutch, multi plate clutch, semi centrifugal clutch, and centrifugal clutch. Schematic representation of dog clutch you can see in drawing. It is a positive clutch type and used to connect two shafts or to connect a gear to a shaft. It consists of a sliding member that has internal spines or teeth. That one you can see in drawing, present in right hand side of the drawing. The smaller diameter splines rides on a splined shaft and turns with it. The larger internal splines match with external dog clutch teeth on the shaft. A. When two are connected by the clutch action, usually dog clutches are used with a synchronizing mechanism. These clutches positively take the drives gradually. Like this, the dog clutch transfers the power from engine output shaft to the gearbox input shaft. Cone clutch. The schematic representation of cone clutch you can see in drawing. It consists of cone B and cone A. Cone B is connected to the engine shaft, cone A is connected to the clutch shaft, and also that all cones consist of a friction surface also. In cone clutch, the friction surface is made in the form of cone. That one you can see in drawing. When clutch is in engaged position, one cone is fully inside the other and friction surface are in complete contact. From the engine flywheel, the torque is transmitted to splined gearbox shaft through cone A. When the clutch pedal is operated, the cone A is pulled out by using a lever system and the clutch is said to be disengaged. These springs keeps the cone A pressed all the times against the cone B. Main advantage of this type of the clutch is when compared to single plate clutch, the normal force on friction surface is greater than axial force. Disadvantage: it is difficult to disengage the clutch if cone angle is less than 20 degree, as one cone tends to bind in the other. If the angle is more, the disengagement is difficult. So the angle is more, the engagement is easier. The angle is goes on decreases, then disengagement is tougher one. Second disadvantage is even a small amount of wear in the friction surface result more axial movement of the cone is required. This is the actual view. You can see the friction surface is material is 3 and cone like and bigger, so that when the number 1 is female and male cone, male is bluer one and greener one is female one, and shaft fourth one is spring. Spring always keeps the cone, male cone to engage to the female one. And clutch control and direction of rotation, you can see. Coming to single plate clutch. This clutch is used in most passenger cars and light trucks. The schematic representation of clutch you can see here. It is a simplified view of single dry plate type clutch. This consists of a disc phased on both sides with the friction material being called friction or clutch plate. This disc or clutch plate is held between engine flywheel and pressure plate. The friction facing on the disc consists of a asbestos fiber. Depending on the clutch design, a number of springs are used to provide axial force to keep the clutch in the engaged position. The friction plate hub. The friction plate hub is attached to the shaft by means of splines. Thus, it is free to slide over it. The friction material on the both sides of the clutch plate provides friction surface for the power transmission between engine shaft and the clutch shaft. Since the driven assembly has only one clutch plate, this type is called single plate clutch. A clutch pedal is used to pull the pressure plate against the spring force for disengaging the clutch. Normally the clutch is in the engaged position, which is as shown in figure. The spring pressure clamps the friction plate tightly between flywheel and pressure plate. This causes friction plate, flywheel and pressure plate to rotate as a one assembly when engine is running and clutch is engaged. The friction plate drives the clutch shaft through the splines. For disengaging the clutch, the pedal is to operate, which pulls the pressure plate against this spring pressure. This releases friction plate and allows flywheel and pressure plate to rotate independently without transmitting power to the friction plate and hence to the clutch shaft. Likewise, single plate clutch works. See here, flywheel connect to the engine shaft. Intermediate position you can get friction lining and friction plate you can get. Then in right side you can see pressure plate, that one connected with the foot pedals and along the bearings, and then you can get extreme right hand side you can get clutch shaft. And clutch spring always keeps the pressure plate to move in a left direction. The same principle, you can move the while in first drawing disengaging means that the pedal you have to push downward direction, that on the time that plate will be, the pressure plate will be that moving in a backward direction. That is engaging means releasing of pedals. This is the actual view of friction plate. Asbestos material, you can see that asbestos materials linings, and central springs, and center part you can see that splines, so that easily that plate will be moving in a actual direction. Here likely easily can explain that one. Just now I explained that how engaging of clutch disengaging will take place. while engaging means always that the pressure plate clutch surface is touches with flywheel, always the pressure plate will be pushes the friction plate to touches the flywheel. But in disengaging means diaphragm similarly deflects outer direction. On that time pressure plate will be moving backward direction, that clutch plate remain as it is only. That is the working of single plate clutch. Coming to advantage, pedal movement is less, hence gear changing is easier. It is not reliable. No problem of cone binding here. Disadvantage is spring stiffness required more, hence greater force is required for disengaging the clutch. That is the disadvantage of single plate clutch. This is the easily that representation. Flywheel, extreme right side flywheel, then clutch disc, then cover. You can get in that also you can diaphragm spring, then throughout fork and throughout bearings. Then connect to the foot pedal. Multi-plate clutch. The schematic representation of multi-plate clutch can see here. Mainly it consists of flywheel, then number of clutch plates you can see along the friction lining also, then one single pressure plate that always pushes to the towards the flywheel side. That force you can get from springs. The main multi-plate clutch has more than two discs, that is number of friction plate is increased to increase the capacity of clutch. The clutch capacity to transmit torque increases due to more frictional area through the use of a number of friction plates. The size, however, remains fixed. The alternatively, the overall diameter of the clutch has been reduced for the same amount of torque transmission as that of the single plate clutch. See here, size, how much the quantity of torque transmission is remains same, but due to that number of friction plates you are using here, so that the size of the clutch plate is goes on decreases as compared to single plate. Single plate remains bigger in structure, this one is the smaller in structure. Therefore this type of the clutch is useful in heavy transmission vehicles and racing cars where high torque is transmitted. These clutches are also used in scooters and motorcycle where the space available is less. Multi-plate clutch is commonly used with automatic transmission system. Sometimes it is also used on expensive passenger cars and on trucks. The construction of multi-plate clutch is similar to single plate type clutch. It consists of friction plate in two sets, driving and driven plates. One set of driving plate connected to the flywheel and other made to slide on in the grooves on the flywheel. Another set plate slides on the splines on this pressure plate hub. Alternate plates belongs to each set as shown in figure. This is all about multi-plate clutch. Coming to centrifugal clutch. The centrifugal clutch may be classified into two types, semi-centrifugal and fully centrifugal type. At a normal speed of vehicle, the spring used in the clutch transmit the torque and the centrifugal force assists the torque transmission at higher speed. Then the clutch is called semi-centrifugal type. In centrifugal type, the springs are totally eliminated and the required pressure for keeping the clutch is engaged position is obtained only by centrifugal force. Then I don't call as a fully centrifugal type. Semi-centrifugal means it consists of springs and the centrifugal force. But fully centrifugal means the spring force is completely eliminated only with the help of centrifugal force. The engaging and disengaging of clutch will be take place by varying the centrifugal force. The centrifugal clutch, which is used in light vehicle like moped, is shown in figure. The advantage of this clutch is that absence of clutch pedal is disengage the clutch. The clutch engages automatically as the engine speed increases. The vehicle can be stopped in gear without stalling the engine. Driving operation becomes easy with the use of centrifugal clutch, as driver is required to select the gear and put the vehicle into gear, then simply press the accelerator pedal. The centrifugal clutch construction wise, if I want to explain, it consists of two centrifugal weights pivoted on circular plate. So we can see in drawing centrifugal weights pivoted to the circular plate and connected together by means of spring. The frictional lining are attached on a weights for with the help of adhesives. The whole assembly is mounted on a driving shaft, which is that one you can see in drawing. As the driving shaft rotates, the centrifugal force causes weight to fly outward, thus makes contact with driven drum through the friction lining. The driven drum starts rotating and the increase in engine speed makes the contact firm and the whole assembly rotate as a single unit. This condition is called clutch is engaged. As the engine speed decreases, this spring force causes the weight to fly inward. Contact between weights and inner surface of the driven drum through frictional lining is lost. As a result, speed of driven drum decreases, clutch is said to be disengaged. This is the working of centrifugal clutch. This is the actual view of centrifugal clutch. See here you can see weight and also connected with one circular plate. The connected with the help of one end is pivoted, another end is connected with the help of spring, and also an extreme outer surface of the weight that consists of a frictional lining that are connected with the help of adhesives. This is the construction part of centrifugal clutch.